It's Sir Dokkan coming back at you with another Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we're going to be looking at Android 13, specifically at 90%. I put a lot of copies of Android 13 on his initial banner, almost have him rainbowed. I think I'm going to actually summon on the upcoming Kefla banner just so I can rainbow him and have him for that flex in my box. But we're going to be running a target Goku team with Int Cell and 14 and 15, mainly because we do need 2 more androids on the team so we can transform with him. And we're going to see what he can do. We're going to be showing him on the target Goku team as well as the transformation boost team. I'm going to run him on the transformation boost team mainly because of a certain rotation I always love to run. And this rotation has done me well in the Legendary Goku event. And I would like to just run it because it's very fun, and also I think it helped a couple players if they have 13 and Int Janemba, because he links up very well with him. But first we're going to take him on the target Goku team and see how he does here. If you guys like the video, remember to like and subscribe, but let's go ahead and hop into it. We're obviously running a target Goku team over androids, and the androids that are on our team are indeed on target Goku, because once he transforms he gets a big buff for target Goku allies on the team. And this team is actually pretty good in terms of what we can do, because we have Cooler, who supports and lowers attack. Metacooler also lowers attack. Sorry about that notification. DBZ World, by the way, just putting out great content. He is not on rotation here, which is kind of bad. And I'm going to float Android 14 and 15 off. But this is a really bad rotation, actually. This is not what we want. But we're going to do it anyway. Doing the Bardock event. I think the Bardock event is one of my more personal favorite Dokkan events, mainly because of the music used in the stage. It has some very good music, and also the aesthetics are great. Bardock as a unit, though, is quite weird, if you ask me. He's good, don't get me wrong, but if you're fighting a superclass enemy, then he's definitely not as impressive as people give him credit for, in my opinion. Because at that point, he's just a defense stacker, right? He is really good at 55%, though, because of all he can do in his transform state. And he also has one of the better transformation conditions. He's nowhere near a bad unit, but if fighting a superclass enemy, he can really just be a generic defense stacker. Kind of like a Namek Goku problem, but better than Namek Goku in my opinion. I'll make a video about discussing why I think Namek Goku is overrated, actually. I think that would make a good video. Because it's not always, you don't always have to do videos about showcasing units, but I think I will make a video about that, talking about Namek Goku and how I think he's overrated. But we'll see. Okay, 13. At Rainbow level, he's at 160k defense, and at 90% he's at 151k defense, which is amazing at the start of turn, right? He is supporting himself, though, so keep that in mind. So, let's see what he can put up. Metal Cooler, by the way, I think he's aged decently. He's not crazy, but he is aged decently, and he is a giant form unit that's actually pretty solid, right? Any unit that's solid and has a giant transformation is a good unit, especially for like Super Battle Road. He can come in clutch in there. That's why people like Baby and Cumber are so good. Oh wow, 2.1 by the way, and he can stun, and he's a support type. Yeah, he is 13. Gets a lot of flack, but he is a really good unit. I think he's one of the better Dokkan Fest exclusives at turn 1. I do think that. He is really powerful right out the gate. He's like Cooler, right? Because Cooler, he's a support type unit. He lowers attack. Like, he's basically like Cooler, but with a little bit of different quirks, right? Like, he has guaranteed to hit. His attacks are guaranteed to hit, right? But to compensate for that, he doesn't support more than 2 teams like Cooler does. And instead of lowering attack, he stuns, which is good and bad, right? Because if you get the stun off, it's way better than lowering attack, but it's not a guaranteed like Cooler's is, right? So I'd say Android 13 is more of a riskier unit to use over Cooler, but he does have way more defense at the start of turn than Cooler does. So, well, at least with Deuce. To be fair, I may not be giving Cooler enough credit because mine is only at 55%, so I don't have too much experience using Cooler at 100%, but I do know that 13 is a very strong unit. And also, this combo here is just ridiculous. Just how you can see super attacks is kind of nuts. I want to take this a little slow so I can get the transformation off. So, I mean, I'm going to get all these tech orbs, and I'm going to try to miss a super. I'm going to miss a super with Meta Cooler, and 13 should transform next rotation. If my math is correct, it could be wrong, but we'll see. But just this ability right here, by 14 and 15, the ability to see super attacks is such a powerful ability, and to be able to see them without being on the certain rotation with 13 for the rest of the fight is just ridiculously powerful. Like, this team has a lot of utility. Like, the target Goku team is very useful, in my opinion. Like, it has a bunch of utility. You have a lot of units that can lower attack, good support type units, people who can stun, see super attacks. Like, it's just a very good team. Okay, this is my Android 13, linked up with Intcell, which is not his best linking partner. I think 13's best linking partner would definitely be Int Janemba, and we'll get to that later. But on this rotation, he's at 160k defense. 13, this is the problem with 13. One of the bigger problems I have with 13 is his super attack. Chance of stunning is fine. It should be a high chance to stun in my opinion, but that's good. But massively lowers defense is not very useful anywhere besides the legendary Goku event. It can be very useful in there. But his passive, right, he gets extra attack, which is always nice. But Cooler starts with 180% attack, right? 13 can get more attack than Cooler, attack and defense than Cooler, but it's conditional, and he has a less powerful passive, right? Because Cooler, he just crits against Hybrid and Pure Sands, which ignores Guard, right? Disables enemy Guard can be useful, but it's not super effective against all types. Super effective against all types, it's just, disables enemy Guard, but just, on crack, right? It's very good. And he crits against Goku enemies, but that's just way less than what Cooler can do when he transforms, right? 13 is he's way less impressive once he transforms compared to Cooler, but he is still a very good unit, and you can't sleep on 13. But we're going to see what he puts up right here. Intcell, just, his links, man, are just so bad, and I think the link level 10 system is going to be very useful for him. It's going to be very good too. I didn't get an attack stat right there, which is quite frustrating. But let's see how much HP he drains. That's not crazy for a Dokkan Fest exclusive. He did additional right there. Mind you, if this was a Goku enemy, he would crit. But that's still relatively low. That's probably what, around a 2.1 attack stat? Not crazy. But he did hit way harder than Intcell, which is important. Okay, so now I think I'm going to take him into the Boo event and see how he does on Transformation Boost. So let me make a team for that really quickly. And we're going to see how he does on the Transformation Boost team, which is really good, by the way. Use the team all the time. So let's go to the Boo event. We'll go to the Meta Cooler event, actually. Why not? Okay, so you obviously run a Cooler for Transformation Boost. And here we go. This is the last team I ran, kind of fodder team, but we're going to have 13. We're going to have, here, let's go to Transformation Boost. Well, actually, we'll just do this. We'll go get Turles, because Terrifying Conquerors, good support type unit. We'll do into Extreme Class. We'll do Janemba. We'll do Intcell and another Intcell. So, would he be able to transform? He should be able to transform just fine. What's his transform conditions? Another 2 or more, so he can transform. Yeah, that's the team we're going to run. Okay, let's see how he performs. He's in the first slot with Cooler, which is good. I will float him off, though, so we can get the rotation with Janemba. Okay, here we go. So on the Transformation Boost team, with Turles on rotation, he's auto supering. This is a really good rotation for him. Okay, So, he can heal, by the way. He does have Metamorphosis, which is a very powerful link. 13 is a really good defense. He might be one of the best units to defend without stacking defense. That's what I would say about 13. He is really good at defending without having the ability to stack defense. He's not the best, of course, because there's units with damage reduction and all that jazz, right? But he is still very powerful turn 1 because of how high his defense is, which I did forget to check, by the way. I'm sorry about that, but 1.1 by Turles right there. That's actually pretty high. Cooler giving him that support, you know. Oh, we didn't even get to see 13 attack. Oh, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate right there. What Turles, I mean, he's aged well. Not as well as MVP 17, but he has aged very well. We're going to leave Janemba on rotation right here, because we do want to link 13 up with Janemba. And I believe 13's best rotation would definitely be him, Janemba, and Turles would be his best rotation. Because upcoming, we won't be able to get Cooler to give him a support type buff, because we are about to fight multiple enemies, right? Because I would say that, you know, Turles gives an extra key, I believe. Unless does Cooler give 3 key? I'll have to look at that real quick. Let me check if Cooler gives 3 key. He gives 2 key. Okay, so, but I would still say that 1 less key, but with 30% defense and 10% less attack is better because it's defense. And defense is the most important part about Dokkan, in my opinion. Like some APTers may say, oh, it's attack, but really for people that aren't whales, right? For people that don't have full rainbow boxes and mess like that, like defense is the most important thing. And so I'd say he'd have a better rotation with Cooler, but as far as attack stat goes, it's obviously Turles, right? But here's the rotation I'm talking about. And the reason it's so good is that Janemba and 13 share Metamorphosis. By the way, I do have an equipment on my 13, level 3 attack. But Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. It's a very, very strong rotation because heals, he gets all his attack links. It's a very strong rotation. But let's see. What's his defense? 135k. Which is really, really good. But let's see what they do right here. The healing you get and all the defensive capabilities you get from this rotation is very good. It's so good that you can actually run this Transformation Boost team this almost identically in the Legendary Goku event. You just replace the cells with like Namek Goku and AGL Bardock, and then, you know, you can run this team in the Legendary Goku event because of how powerful 13's defense is. See, 2.1 right there by Janemba before he's got hit, right? It's just, like, he's really, really good. Like, the Janemba is still one of the best EZA units in the game. Obviously, right? Like, it goes Physical Vegito Blue, and then it's Janemba. Like, there's no question. He's very strong. I like to put AGL Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku in there. He's very useful. I think he's a little bit slept on, but you know, what can you do, right? But here we go. We're just gonna go through this rotation real quick. We don't have anything that we actually want on here. Oh, super. 99k right there. 2 million by Cooler. That is with Big Bad Bosses active and not the best linking partner in Cell. You can get way higher than that. Just Cooler, man. He's so good, you know. I mean, I still think Beerus is a little bit better, but Cooler, man, he's just so powerful. And he lowers attack, supports the rotation, crits against high. He's just very good. Very, very, very strong unit. Great link set, by the way, too. Like, if you got him linked up with a... Oh, this is... Tarlet, you really going to try to ruin this showcase, aren't you? Additional supering and transforming and everything. Oh, man. He's really trying to ruin this showcase. But we got 13 transform too here, so... Not all these units are on target Goku, so he will hit a little bit less, but it's okay. Did get a bunch of healing right there, though. Okay, so he's at 147k defense. Here we go. Turles, man. Why'd you gotta transform like that? You never transform anywhere else when I would need you to. 2.4 right there. Very strong number, right? If he's fighting a Goku, he will crit. But like I said, he is worse. He's definitely worse than Cooler once he transforms. No questions asked. Attacks guaranteed to hit is an ability that's good, but also very limited. Very limited ability, right? Because what do you only need that in, like, maybe a couple stages of Infinite Dragon Ball history and the final fight against, or the final 2 fights of UI Goku? Like, it's a good ability that will help you in where it works, right? But it's also very limited in where it can work because you don't need it, right? I can think of only a select few places where that ability will work tremendously for you, like Legendary Goku event, a couple stages of Infinite History, like maybe against STR, Super Saiyan Goku, that will work well, and the Haruna Guard event. Like, that's the only places where that ability will come in very useful. Shout out to his Metal Cooler theme, by the way. It's such a good theme, one of the better themes in the game. I remember when I first started playing, I did struggle with this event quite a lot, actually. This is definitely, it's not a crazy hard event, but if you're careless in where you put your defensive units, you can actually get punished quite hard because of all the multiple enemies supering you at once. 162k defense with Cooler and rotation. Really good. Big Bad Bosses is not active, though, so he could get higher there. Let's see. I mean, he's going to take double digits right here, but what's he going to do? 2.3 right there. Big Bad Boss is not active. Really good rotation. See, so 13, right? He's a very good unit, but they could have done more with him. They could have made it to where he could raise attack and defense for 1 turn on Super. High chance to stun, and given him, like, I feel like what they could have done was make it to where he crits against Goku and Vegeta's family category enemies, since he fights the 3 Super Saiyans in the movie, right? But overall, 13 is a very good unit that deserves a little bit more credit, but I get what people say about 13, right? So, yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, then like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.